Start of another week and I'm off to the charity shops. I've just dropped off my son and I had a message on one of my videos last time I came to my local charity shop area about the VHSs, which I forgot to actually check up the prices. One was a Broom and the other one was a Droopy D VHS. Depending on which ones they are, they could get me between 20 and 30 quid. Hopefully it's the right ones, but while we're around here, we might as well check the other charity shops. So the first one is Broom. It is £4, but you're looking around 20 to 25 quid for that. So I got only Broom. The other one really doesn't sell that well, but I only paid £1 for it because they actually marked it down wrong. Every VHS is £1, so I can put that on for £19.99. And it'll sell when it sells. Little phone here, Panasonic. Should get about 20 quid again for that. Got some Drew racks. I don't know if you can see it. Drew Rolex teacups and saucers. Vintage these are. You're looking around about 25 quid. So 3 more things to add to my stockpile to list for obviously eBay and Vinted. So we're going to get back home now. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea because it's absolutely freezing and tell you what sold over the last day or so. So I'm back home now and we're going to run through my worst ever week on eBay and Vinted, and yeah, it is by far probably the worst week. I can't remember having such a low week ever. Maybe at the start of obviously when I started reselling and that, but yeah, I am not worried, and I don't say to people who have not got many sales, don't be worried if you're in the same sort of situation as me. And the reason why I haven't listed, have I, for 2 weeks before this week, and that has took effect on my sales. Definitely has took effect on my sales. Then 2 weeks not listing, and then obviously I only got sales through having a sale for that other week. Is the only time that's really had eBay working. Vinted has got an algorithm. We all say these algorithms, you have to go list and list, but it obviously must work. But I have seen other YouTubers where their sales have dried up as well. Not everybody's. It all depends on what you're selling and what you're selling for. I mean, if I reduced some of my things to like, well, I'm going to get like some all right profit, but I'm not going to, sell them for what they're actually worth, then obviously I'm going to sell stuff. But I don't think you should be lowballing stuff that you're buying, because in the end of the day, we're doing this for a reason. You won't go into a normal job and go, you know what, my hourly rate, I don't want that. I'm going to cut it by 50%, and work the same hours, do the same work and everything. You wouldn't do that. So why do it in reselling? Only do it if you've had stock hanging around for a while. This week's going to be a big week for me. I'm going to obviously be smashing it on listings, testing the waters with eBay. If the sales are bad this week with me listing a lot, I'm going to destroy eBay with listings. I'm going to make sure that they don't know what to do, because it's just going to have an overload with listings. I'm going to list as much as I possibly can. I don't know how I'm going to do in a day, but I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. And yeah, I'm going to see what it's like. If it's still bad, then something is wrong. And it might be because of them two always messing around, never sticking to certain things, fighting against each other to try and get people to come over. But in the end of the day, if people are not getting sales, then we won't go to any of them. We'll have to, because this is our job, but it's not doing anything right. Every time eBay do an upgrade on their site, it always seems to take effect on sales every single time. I don't know if it does it to everybody, but every time they do an upgrade or do a new feature or something which is quite big, the sales just disappear, and it takes like a bit of time for it to get back to normal. I wish us to stop messing about, stick to one thing and just do that. It is annoying me at the moment. But I'm going to show you a couple of sales, and I'm going to tell you how much I actually made last week in sales and in profit. and you will see how bad it was. My book here where I write down all the things I've sold and then I work out the profit. This is nothing to do with tax and all that. Like, this is my like own little personal thing which I do just to show how much things made in profit, more for the videos than anything, so I can actually do videos like what sold videos and tell you actually the profit. I'm not going to talk about what sold in the week because I've already told you and you already know in other videos, but over the weekend I only sold 3. I sold both phones which I picked up on the Saturday, so if you do see them phones, pick them up, they do sell very quickly. And I sold an Airfix model. Total sales over the week, 12. Sales before profit, 171 and 19p. Profit, £117 and 41p. That is absolutely rubbish. Most of the time, I'm making that in a day. So there you go. Absolutely terrible. We all know if you don't list, it's not going to sell, and also sales are going to dry up. Proving it there. Then again, some people have said that their sales have dried up and it's been quiet and they've been listing, but they might be like just not happy with the sales they got, if you know what I mean. They might have just not had as much in value sold over the week, but they've still, you know, got a good amount of money. That, what I showed you, is not a good amount of money. I could not live off that. If I kept on having that every week, I'd have to quit this job. That is not even minimum wage. That is not even, that is not good. That won't even pay for my petrol. Thing is, I have got a lot of money coming out at the end of this month. I have all my bills coming out at the end of the month. And then also I've got my tax. Yes, I obviously pay tax and I've got like over £400 to pay in tax. The only reason I'm not worrying at the moment is I know I didn't list for them 2 weeks. And when you're not listing, it doesn't just affect the days you actually not listing. It gives it sort of like an aftermath. So it affects the days when you are listing again. And you think, well, I'm listing now, I should get sales. I just feel like it takes time for it to like churn back up and start working again. I just don't get it. I just feel like eBay shouldn't be doing that. I'm not saying it's their fault, but I said it in one of the videos. I said, how do these companies where they don't list every day, you know, there's big companies out there, you know, big warehouses, shops who obviously sell on eBay as well, and they have just stock, you know, like for instance, like a Screw Fix where they'll sell loads of stuff. They'll put all the stock on eBay and they won't have to list anything for ages because they've got all the stock and they just have the quantities of what they are selling. Them sort of places do not list every single day. They might list, I don't know, when something new comes out and they've got some new stock in, which is not every single day. I know that because I worked at B&M and you don't get brand new stock in every single day. You get like new stock in seasons and stuff like that. Well, with B&M you do. Does it affect their sales? Because they're not listing every day. So I don't get it. I feel like there is an algorithm, but then is there only an algorithm with resellers? When you're a big shop like that, maybe you don't need that because it's more general purpose things that everybody needs. People like myself who are resellers, it's just bits and bobs. It's quite niche, you know. Not many people will want your thing compared to, like, say, for instance, a light bulb or a screwdriver or something like that. Let me know what your sales are like. Is your sales really bad? Have you not been listing? Have you been listing? If you've been listing and your sales are really bad over the last few weeks, are you worried? What are you going to do about it? Because, like I said, I'm going to be listing all week and I'm going to make sure I list loads. I'm talking about loads. I've got all the stuff down here, which is from the car boot. And also I've obviously got the Hoovers to test today. All of them do work, but what the Dyson one doesn't even switch on. So I don't know if it's knackered or it's blocked and it just won't come on that way. All the rest do work. One of the handles is broke on one of the other ones, so I can't sell it for the maximum profit, but I can just have to sell it with saying it's got a dodgy handle or something like that, because it just pulls out when you lift it up. So yeah, but it all works. So yeah, it's one of them things. That's the thing about electrics, you risk it. Anyway guys, if you did like this video, please like it, because it boosts up the video, it pushes it out everywhere else, and obviously get more views, more subscribers, more people you can talk to as well, because I do see people interact with each other in my comments, and it's great. That's what I want. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.